Hello everyone, I'm back. I hope the ones of y'all who watched it enjoyed my first video of the model for the 576. It's obvious I am no videographer. Never meant to be. All I'm trying to do is give a little bit of a glimpse of what took place, the progress of the model of the 576. And I hope that the last video gave a decent enough showing of the beginnings of the 576 frame. This video, I believe, is going to probably finish up on the frame. I don't know if it'll finish it, but it should. Uh, I don't know if I'm going to try to put any audio in with the pictures or not. To tell you the truth, I haven't really figured out how to add the audio to my video separately, but I might try to see if I can do that. If not, uh, my pictures are primarily to show the stages I went through to get where I got. Uh, I'm still working as much as I can on it, which is not a whole lot right now. I'm doing the best I can, but probably 20 to 30 hours a week is the best I can do at the moment. But I'm trying. We'll get there, and I hope this second video will enlighten you a little more about how I went about building this frame. Uh, I looked a whole lot on YouTube and a lot of other places on how to build a live steam locomotive. There's a few, not very many, but there's a few YouTubers out there, I can think of maybe two or three, that actually show the process of going through and building a live steam locomotive. The problem is, the two or three that I know are still in the process of building theirs, and they haven't finished. So I assume theirs is going to run. They're doing an awful good job, but they appear to be machinists anyway, and I'm not a machinist, as I said before. I'm doing the best I can. But with that, we're going to roll on and give you some more pictures, some more process on the building of the frame of the 576. Thank you much. This is the air tank for the frame. It actually runs between the frame. It's a 2-inch pipe, steel pipe, that runs between the frame. It's divided into two tanks. There's a wall between the two. So there's air tank 1 on the front, air tank 2 on the back. There's input and output on each tank. So the air from the air compressor and condenser comes into tank 1, leaves tank 1, goes to another condenser, into tank 2, and exits tank 2. Now here we are at the boiler support arms. There's it goes across the boiler on this locomotive runs supported by these arms. On the end of each arm, you'll see that there's a support that supports the piping and it supports the running board. The piping and the running board on this locomotive are not supported by the boiler. In fact, there's very few piping and appurtenances supported by the boiler on the 576. Most of it is supported by these support arms and other things. They wanted to keep all the appurtenances and piping separate from the boiler itself. There you'll see there's some piping on the edges here just to show how it works, but they run along the end. This is the another shot of the boiler support arms. This is the rear one in place. The two in front of it are not in place, and then there's another one in front of that that's different. But this is only to show the process of putting these boiler arm supports in place. You can see the piping on each side as a support for the running boards. This is a closer shot of the end of the boiler support arms. It shows the piping supports. There's no piping in place right now. They're a little bit out of line. I've got to adjust those, but they will be adjusted in the future. This is yet again another view of the boiler support arms. This is a view of the drawbar pin hole at the rear of the frame. This is hole will have a pin that connects the drawbar for the connection between the locomotive and the tender. This is pretty much the rear of the frame of the locomotive. This is a picture of the right side eccentric support. The front of that, this is where that hole at the front is where the radius arm comes through. And I don't have the pins for the eccentric in yet, but this is the front part of the eccentric support. Okay, this is a picture of the rear portion of the eccentric support. That slot and a bar to the right is where the pin will go through, and the bar at the rear is the arm to pick up the radius arm. Now this is a picture of the eccentric link support from the front. There's the bar that goes across the entire frame that the support is attached to, and that hole there is where the radius arm goes through and moves up and down. Now this is another picture of the rear of the eccentric link support. That bar that goes across again is the bar that has a length that raises and lowers the radius arm and the support. And this is another picture of the rear of the eccentric support. This picture is taken from the rear of the support. And this is yet again another picture of the eccentric support on the right side from the rear. And this is a picture of the left side eccentric support from the front and its mounting.